This machine actually has 3 pillars for balancing. We're using 2 of them at the moment. One at the flywheel end, one at the pulley end. You can see how much I've taken out this pin, for example. If I put that one on, that's an unmodified pin. That's one that's been modified. I've actually taken 9 grams out of that. There we are, slipping over now, see? And it's all covered in oil. Now, if I just gently press on this pedal, it'll start to rotate. There we are. The centre point of the max lift on this lobe versus the centre point of the max lift on this lobe is our lobe separation angle. The shape of this ramp here, if it's quite a sort of a fat ramp, that would give us a high duration, but this being reasonably shallow is a sort of a low duration cam. Pretty expensive stuff. I think it's something like 50 quid a tube, but it is pretty magic. You can bridge huge gaps with it. If you've got a sump that's made of tin, that's got a terribly battered edge on it, you could put this all over it and put it on. As long as you clean the faces first with some carb cleaner or brake cleaner, this stuff's brilliant. It also sticks very well, so you'd have to chisel it back off again afterwards, you know. Over here we've got a pretty cool thing going on. We've built a dyno test rig so that we can actually dyno an engine outside of the car, get it all loaded up, bed in everything, and check its horsepower output. The chap that rebuilt this, in his infinite wisdom, got his gasket set and went, oh, I've got this bit of rope here, I think that must go in the back, in here. So he's stabbed that into the back of the block here, which is actually not meant to have a seal in at all. There's not meant to be anything in there because it's an Archimedes screw. And that rope seal has been running on the oil slinger that's machined on the back of the crankshaft. So if we'd have left this running for a rather long amount of time, that would have got very hot, and it would have scalded the crank and overheated it, and we could have probably had a rear main go.
The whole wing off right back to here, and I'd made an inside section here because all this shape was incorrect. I had kept the outside section of the wing but put it through the English wheel to straighten it out to its original shape.
This wing was all damaged. This had all been knocked right in, so we had to realign the wing, get the gaps right. The colour wasn't right, we couldn't get the colour right, so we had to make our own colour for this. Panels on the car were different colours, so we had to try and match it all in so it all blended in.
We engineered the suspension design, so it's got double wishbone suspension all round now, and fully adjustable caster, camber and toe. Is the fact that we converted it to one of our own EFI systems. So this is actually fully sequential ignition and injection. It's got a crank position sensor and a cam position sensor.
This is an important line. This one here should follow all the way through onto the tailgate and then go soft around the back, which is quite tricky to do, but the guys have done that excellently, and that nicely lines up even when the tailgate's open and closed.
let me down again.
Sounds fantastic.
Number 18 has been painted. It's opalescent dark green. It's a lovely colour. Notoriously, the front of an Aston Martin along the front here, bonnet's opened and overextended, then it can actually catch the paintwork. But we fixed that. That's no longer an issue. Got all the gaps right round the bonnet, so that's nice.